Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm Natalie Harvick, and we are calling today's show Salvaged. It's an hour-long treasure hunt. Sounds fun, right? We're stopping all over Northeast Ohio to shop for items saved from the landfill, some repurposed, some restored, others just in need of a little TLC. Now, we're going to begin in Cleveland, which is where we are right now. We are here at Flower Child. Great place to stop, but this one is a little closer. It's a place that will take the expense out of your next home project. This is Rebuilders Xchange.
Welcome to Rebuilders Xchange. We buy and sell construction material from extraordinary to ordinary. People can come in here and find cabinets, doors, windows, hardware, sinks, bathtubs, lockers, you name it. And they can purchase them, use them in their homes, and also contractors and vendors will bring in building material for sale, consignment. In this industry, there's not a lot of, this is actually the first one in Cleveland that I know of that's a consignment for construction material. So it incentivizes people to bring in material instead of dumping it or donating it. And then on the other side, on the consumer side, I was doing a lot of construction projects where I had to find random materials and working with different partners in the industry, old school architectural salvage. And it just, there wasn't a readily available retail space for consumers to have predictable hours, access, and material. So I feel like this is great space, 70,000 square feet, for people to come in. And it's not, when I say predictable, it's constantly changing, but it's the accessibility that's predictable. We're open 4 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 to 6 on Wednesday, and then 9 to 3, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We had access to a building for 3 days before it was demoed. And on the job site, we were able to salvage hardwood floor. So let's say we got 3,000 square feet of hardwood flooring that would have otherwise gone into the landfill. And we denailed it, bundled it, and now we're selling it for $4 a square foot. But if you think about maple hardwood, it weighs about $2 a pound approximately. So there's, 2 times 3,000 square feet, there's 6,000 pounds of material that was saved from the landfill and then also is going to be used in people's homes and office construction projects. We have brass chicken wire elevator doors that are, the accordion style, that are very beautiful and rare. We have urinals. We have a toilet from the early 1900s, which is worth $1,800. Then we have toilets for, $65, $25. So it is definitely a range of possibilities. This is a great place to take the real heavy things as a truck backs in, put them here, and we don't put them 100% into our inventory hoping that they'll sell before we take them to the back to inventory them. So this is the hot items, and we've had drywall, cabinets, things are just moving. Just take it one truck, put it on yours. I'm in an awesome community at the Hamilton Collaborative. So there's Soulcraft and Skidmark, a community access wood shop, community access motorcycle shop. The neighborhood is full of awesome restaurants and resources. We have Hat and Back next door that are amazing neighbors. You couldn't, I feel like we're just happen to be businesses, but more or less there's like a line of front porches that you can go and talk to your neighbors on and learn something from. We have great neighbors in this community, so it's awesome.
Rebuilders Xchange is located on Hamilton Avenue in Cleveland, but you enter and park on the back side of the building. Up next, a beautiful mansion transformed into an antique store. Though I must admit, it's much more than antiques.
At Dunmovin House Treasures, we have antiques, vintage, repo, just what we like. It's home decor. I don't consider myself an antique store. Dunmovin House Treasures is a combination of a lot of things. Yes, we have antiques, but percentage-wise, that's not what I consider myself. Most popular is farm items, rustic, and the painted furniture. Glassware, there's still collectibles, Roseville, Fenton. In the dining room you'll see Royal Dalton, Toby mugs, and lots of lamps, Fenton lamps, and Fenton went out of business, so if you've ever wanted a Fenton lamp, we know where you can find one. They're going to find a wide variety, wide price range, but reasonably priced. We're standing right now in the 1845 farmhouse. This fireplace right here, that's the original marble insert. The little boy that grew up here inherited the homestead, about 150 acres. And in 1908, he bricked over the farmhouse and expanded it out and made what was called at the time, or it's been passed on to us, the Cole Mansion, which you probably saw the word Cole in the tile when you come into the entrance. The romantic story to all this is that he bricked over to expand it as a wedding gift to his wife, Blevia. When I did the timeline and the research, they had already been married 18 years, so I think she had to do some convincing to get a bigger home. But it is a beautiful property. It's been many, many things. After she died in 24, he lived here about 12 years as a recluse, and it became a nursing home. It was Shady Rest Nursing Home. We still have the shade, but very little rest. This is a well-traveled route, and I'll tell you, between Medina and Wooster, it's a shopper's paradise. The front porch is just a little bit of everything. Obviously, at Dunmovin House Treasures, the porch used to be the key place when it was a nursing home and the bed and breakfast, and now our shop. But out there is where we put the stuff that you would like to decorate your outside with. What surprises me is the value of, right out of a barn kind of stuff that's chippy, and that surprises me because in the day when I was doing it, a treasure was more of a collectible. Now the treasures are anything that they can look at and figure out how to mix in their home. I will tell you, when you get to the dining room, that is the one room that one young man said, "Hey Mom, come and see the fancy stuff." So I guess if you go to that room, it's the fancy stuff, which would be like the marble tops and true antiques. Just come on down and see what we're about, and if nothing else, somebody's bound to enjoy seeing an old house and the old woodwork, and we're more than happy, as you can tell, I'm more than happy to tell you the story. I have a lot of them.
Dunmovin House Treasures is located on Wooster Pike Road in Creston. Still to come, the revival of the retro refrigerator. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our next stop is in Norwalk. They carry every type of fabric that you could ever imagine. It's the perfect place to inspire your next project.
Our fabric comes from many suppliers. The primary one was Norwalk Furniture when we first opened, but they closed for a few years, so we had to find other distributors. So now we buy from North Carolina. We have a distributor out of Chicago area. I have one in Youngstown. I have one in Dallas. And they call me when they get good buys, and they all know me really well. And I buy from them. Our fabric is all one price. It's all $7 a yard. We buy it in bulk shipments. We don't know what we're getting till it comes in. It's like going to a candy store the first time. Every time a shipment comes in, we're digging through it going, "Oh, isn't this beautiful? We love this." But it's all first. It's not defective, and it's beautiful. The first time to come to my store is very overwhelming. People come in and they just wander from room to room and look and go, "I don't know where to begin." So we work with them. We tell them, "Well, what color's your room wall? What color's your furniture? What color's your floor? What's your carpet like?" And we kind of narrow it down. And then we say, "Well, what project are you doing and what's it sitting near? And is it going to be in a window where it will get a lot of sun?" Because we have outdoor furniture, this umbrella. We help them. We have many kinds of fabric. We have quilting fabric, upholstery fabric, drapery fabric, fleece, and tons of trims. I bought a store that closed, and they have all their beautiful trims. Quilters tend to want little fabric, like a quarter to half a yard of many different cuts. And we have marbles, we have prints, but we're not a quilt shop, so I don't have fat quarters or anything like that. So quilters come in with their project and they pretty well know what they want. But you get people that have a chair and want a pillow. First of all, I have to find out what size pillow. 18-inch pillows take a half a yard of fabric. Most of my fabrics you can see are 56 inches wide. So a half a yard will make one 18-inch pillow. A 3/4 yard will make a 22 or 24-inch pillow. We know that 2 yards of trim will go around an 18-inch pillow. So, you know, it depends what they want as far as sizing, but we can start with 1/4 yards and go all the way to our huge rolls. We have 50 yards in the back on some of the rolls. We have tons of people all over the state of Ohio who upholster, sew, slip covers, all those things. I ask the customer where they live, and then I give them the person in their area. I mean, we have a sewer from Bowling Green, and one of her customers came here Saturday. So, I mean, it's not Norwalk, it's all over the state of Ohio. The furthest I've had is that came specifically in the morning, got up and drove here because they heard of us, was Buffalo, New York. Yes, she wanted to come here. And we've had bus tours that have come. I've shipped all over the world. I've shipped to Ireland, to Africa, all over the United States. You know, it's such a nice atmosphere. I have people that come in just to sit and chat. I have people that come in to pet the fabric. They're not sewing anymore, but they want to feel and touch. And we just help people. You know, it's a happy place. And people tell us that all the time. And we love it here.
As the name implies, Norwalk Fabric Outlet is located in Norwalk. We are heading to Valley View now, where a local family is bringing those old school refrigerators back to life. This is Retro Revival.
Our main thing is we do restoration of vintage refrigerators. We call them retro fridges. And we have artwork made by myself and my husband. I'm an enamelist, enamel on copper art and jewelry, and my husband does stained glass and some painting. And then we also work with vintage items just as they are. We don't do anything to them. We'll just look for unique items that people may want for their home. A while back, way back, my family owned a automotive shop. And so back in 2008, when small businesses had a really hard time surviving, we found a different line of business. We had one of the old fridges, and my brother just cleaned it up. He gave it a new paint job, and when it was done, we had no intentions of doing anything with it other than just having it for ourselves. I thought, well, let's try selling it. And after a few months it sold, and we just thought, well, let's do another one. And it was just kind of this natural progression for us to do this, and it caught a lot of attention. All the parts are taken apart, and we take off the paint. Sometimes there's 3 layers of paint on these things, sometimes more. And then we do any repair work that's needed to the metal. Very similar to repairing a car, which was why it was kind of a natural step for us. My dad is a licensed refrigeration specialist, and he knows how to inspect these to make sure they're working properly, as well as convert to modern refrigeration. Well, one of my most popular items that I sell of my enamels are my lucky pennies. I work with enamel on copper, which is not a very common medium for artists. So I use old pennies that are 100% copper, and enamel is a powdered glass. When fired in a kiln, it fuses to the metal, and it stays in the kiln for about a minute to a minute and a half. And I make art and jewelry, items for the home. My husband, also a CIA alum, he was also in painting, and he specializes in stained glass. And he makes stained glass pieces for ornaments and home decor items as well as some jewelry. I think it's a conversation piece. If you have a vintage fridge in your home, if it's in your kitchen or your basement, whatever you choose, it's going to catch attention, and I think it adds a lot of character to your home.
The Retro Revival is located in Valley View. Our treasure hunt continues out west when we return. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our next stop is in Avon. What started as a small antique store has grown into so much more.
Well, it's a shop that I started almost 40 years ago, and we started out in the house in '79 with 5 other dealers, and we sell a mixture of antiques, country, Victorian. Then in 2 years after that, so many dealers wanted to join us that we started to open up the barn, and that's how we got to 35 dealers, and we sell everything. We like to stage. We just don't bring merchandise in and pile it up on top of a table and you have to go through it. Our shop is all staged. We have some dealers who are very good on doing interior designing and will help you put a room together. We also let you take merchandise out for 24 hours to try it. We have ladies who come in who have a wall, and they take a couple mirrors and a couple pictures and a couple shelves. They pay for it, take it home, put their wall together. The next day, they bring their merchandise back and get their money back. And that's one of the features that we've always had. Matter of fact, I sold a table and chairs. The husband didn't like them, and I said, buy them, take it home for a whole week and see if you like the set. And if not, bring it back and you'll get your money back. And he loved it, and they kept it, and they've been coming back here and buying their furniture. But we try to work with the customers. Most of our furniture is from the early 1900s, and it's solid. It's made out of wood. It's not pressed wood. It's real wood furniture. We sell an awful lot of tables and chairs, a lot. Dressers, a lot of jewelry. The barn is just so unique. If I'm there and we have little children in there, I can tell them what was in all the rooms before the rooms got refurbished into the shop. I mean, I could tell you where the cows were and the horses were and different things like that. But the barn is just a barn, and it just, it's so different because everything is set up in rooms, and there again, everything is staged. Sometimes you get into one dealer and get to know this dealer and say, I'm looking for this or looking for that, and they will go out and see if they can find it for you. We give people free delivery. That's another service that people are amazed with, that the delivery is free. It's exciting as to what dealers go into somebody's home and end up buying and bringing in. It's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like that before. And there's a lot of things you've never ever seen before. So it's a challenge. If you see something that you like and you don't have the money to buy it, we do have a layaway plan. It helps you get the piece and not lose it, because people do come in and say, I saw this here a month ago. Well, it's not here anymore. You know, it's gone. So when you see it, you need to buy it, and we'll work with you. We will work with you.
You can find these great antiques right on Detroit Road in Avon. Another place that will inspire you to add a statement piece to your home is called VNTG Home, and it's located near downtown Cleveland.
VNTG Home is a revolutionary marketplace that builds a suite of services for customers who are in home transition, seeking solutions to sell their furnishings and liquidate them, and serves a younger demographic of home decor enthusiasts and young dwellers to provide affordable luxury and high design. We walk up the stairs and we walk into over 10,000, maybe 20,000 pieces of furniture and home decor that changes every day. Everything's one of a kind, everything's special, and every piece has an old soul in it. So as you walk around our marketplace, sometimes it'll take hours, and you'll walk past 2 or 3 times and find something different every time. We say enjoy the treasure hunt, because that's exactly what we do. Every day we provide a wonderful home decor treasure hunt. From our marketplace perspective, we actually have professional designers on staff every day for all of America to use at no cost to redesign their homes and their furnishings to make it uniquely theirs and very well done. And I like to throw in at a very affordable price, because that's what it's all about. We also have a group of amazing home transition specialists who will help customize the right services a family needs as they transition from their home. Sometimes divorce requires people to get rid of their furnishings quickly, and part of the furnishings go one direction and part of the furnishings go the other, and it's usually not a very happy moment, so we're there to make those solutions happy, swift, and affordable. And sometimes people are going from a great big house to a condo or even to Florida. They're taking a few pieces with them, but they're looking for solutions for everything else. We move people, we pack them, we can even unpack them. So in a single day, in 24 hours, we'll take a single home from completely full to completely empty and real estate ready. That's what we call the single solution. We have over 600 fabrics we import directly from around the world, directly from the mill. I'm proud to share all of those savings with our customers so they can choose from fine French fabrics and find an old French chair and they can redesign it and make it their own. We'll also do home draperies and bedding and whatever you like so that you can live lusciously with all that wonderful fabric. So it's really simple. You just like the chair, either yours or ours. You pick out a fabric, and within 3 to 4 weeks, you have a brand new chair. We're open 10 to 7, Monday through Saturday, and 12 to 6 on Sunday. So we're open 7 days a week. You can come at your leisure, spend as much time as you like. Home decor enthusiasts in Cleveland are starting to really come in droves. And people that are collectors, artisans, or just want something fun to do are coming here as well. So we welcome everyone, all generations, all stages, to live beautifully and to be inspired to live beautifully.
Be warned, you will spend a lot of time in Vintage Home. It's a big place with a lot to see. It's located right on East 36th Street in Cleveland. After the break, decor to spruce up that man cave. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. All hour long, we are focusing on salvaged items, including vintage and antique home decor, perfect for your man cave. Gentlemen, check out Vintage Finds.
We're kind of like an eclectic mix of vintage items, antiques, probably from anything from mid-1800s all the way up into the 1980s. You can find a little bit of anything. A lot of people say it's man cave, but we also have items up for kids of all ages, adults. We do a lot of gas and oil, porcelain signs, coin-op vending items, trains, a lot of paper advertising, craft items. We try to be very competitive in the market. A lot of other stores price things the old way through books and value, through value price books. But everything we do, everything we buy or sell is priced on the current market of selling. And what I mean by that is the online selling, because online is such a large presence nowadays that we have to base it on what we see at eBay, Etsy, online auctions, and those are what people are actually paying for those type of things. So we want to price our stuff just a hair below what they're going for, so we can rotate our inventory, because we have more inventory than our store can hold. And we also sell on eBay, and we sell on Etsy, and we sell on Facebook Market. We sell pretty much anywhere we can. I'd say the majority of our items though are on our site or in our store. We get calls almost every day from our website. People find us online, very easy, and we have a lot of locals who bring items in that they want to sell. I take old carburetors, automotive carburetors, old gas torches, gas meters. I've taken old radiant heaters, gas fireplace inserts, and I turn them into table lamps, floor lamps. They have that kind of industrial look, but I do a hand patina on a lot of them. I've always loved vintage items, and as far as the store, I mean, this is my passion. I started this as a hobby, and it was a hobby that turned into a website that grew into the store. So it's been probably 12 years now, and the store's been open 8 years. And every year it just gets bigger and better.
Vintage Findz is located in Painesville, and if you like that style of decor, you will love the experience at Mike's Place in Kent. They specialize in burgers, burritos, and more. But everywhere you look, you'll find relics from the past.
Mike's Place is an eclectic restaurant that's very diverse as far as our clientele goes. It's not supposed to be your typical restaurant. We want to stand out from others around us.
We're a big hotspot, I guess, for Kent State students, and we get a lot of tourists all the time. Our biggest things are probably our Reuben sandwich, our hamburgers. We sell an ungodly amount. Italian food, we do a lot of Italian food. We just do a lot of everything.
And she liked ice.
Like eating in a junkyard, a clean junkyard. We are very clean.
The decor is, Mike's a pack rat, let's just be honest. He won't admit it, but I will. He's a pack rat. And it shows, but through that, he's able to have a unique dining experience that you're not going to have at any other place.
Our food is, we make everything homemade, and it takes a little bit longer than a normal restaurant. And, if you're coming, you got to be prepared to wait. On the weekends, there's a line out the door because we cook everything to order. We want the people that are going to come here, sit down, have a drink, enjoy your company, look at all the junk, and then we'll get the food to you.
You're able to get up from your seat, wander around, and just kind of take this place in for what it is. And it's ever changing, it's ever evolving. It's never going to be the same. So we ask that you come back as much as you want because it's never going to be the same.
I just want people to come and be relaxed. That's why, this area over here is, we got a couple that meets there every Sunday morning, and they sit and drink their beer. They don't have coffee, they have beer for breakfast. But it's, just everyone has like their favorite spot. I mean, the bar is got a lot of personality. We have people that like to reserve the Irish pub because that's a good thing for parents because you can close the door and their kids can't escape and they can actually enjoy a meal. It's just everyone has their spot they like.
I think the main thing that it's just that it's fresh every day, and it has that family restaurant feel to it that you're not going to get at a chain restaurant. We actually care about the product that we have here.
I love our wings. We make schnitzel. We have what's called a buffalo chicken sandwich, which is made from 2 pieces of homemade schnitzel, and that's what the Kent State football team eats a lot of. And we just sell so much.
We're known for our breakfast as well. We serve breakfast all day long, so you can come in and experience that as well. We're also going to do something called the loaded diaper. It is pulled pork that's barbecued and then has caramelized onions in it, and it also has ground beef, and it's simply rolled up in tortilla, served on a bed of tater tots with chili and cheddar cheese. Can't get more simple than that, but it's just a play on words, and that's what this place is. It's tongue-in-cheek, and it's just fun. Fun place to be, fun place to work, and I'm happy to be here.
Mike's Place is located on South Water Street in Kent. An easy landmark to help you find it, well, just look for the airplane in the parking lot. You can't miss it. We're shopping in Chardon when we return. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. This next stop is 3 floors of treasures. You never know what you'll find at Antiques on the Square.
Antiques on the Square is 20 dealers. We've been here 31 years, and we have 6,000 square feet and 3 floors. So there is a tremendous amount of things to look at. My husband and I, he was in grad school, and we had no furniture in grad school. And so then when we moved to Ohio, it's like, okay, what do we do? Well, then went home. Folks gave us, okay, here's grandma's bedroom set, here's, you know, so-and-so's kitchen table. And we were hooked, and we went to auctions and estate sales. And next thing you know, our entire basement was full, and we needed to do something. So I've always worked retail. I was manager for Saks Avenue and Beechwood, so retail is my background, and I really wanted to do something on my own. So we started this in 1985. We have a military, World War II military dealer, we've got a paper dealer, we've got furniture, we've got clocks, jewelry, vintage clothes, everything here. People spend a tremendous amount of time in that paper area because the postcard people that come, they sit for hours. We literally have to go down and check on them because they're there looking for specific postcards, and if you want any kind of sheet music, same thing. Everything is cataloged, and you can find just about anything you'd ever want. Well, we have different dealers every day, and the merchandise, we get new merchandise in every day. So we are constantly changing and rearranging because we do have a lot of repeat customers, and I'm kind of a stickler on I want it neat and new and fresh all the time. I expect a couple hours if you really want to look around. You do a couple hours here, go have lunch and on the square, and then you can come back and finish looking or whatever, but you need at least a good hour, maybe 2, to really look around and enjoy yourself that way. And we encourage people to stay as long as they want. Chardon is just, it's our Mayberry, to be honest with you. It's a great place to grow up, to live. I've been on the square 31 years. I've seen a lot of people come and go. They always say I'm the oldest, and that's just the store, not me, but the store is the oldest retailer on the square. But people are friendly, and it's a wonderful place to be. It's like Christmas. I mean, you know, just like if you're doing estate sales or anything like that, it's so cool. It's like, okay, open this box that has not been opened for 60, 70 years. What's gonna be in there? And it's the same way here. It's just the history. We are caretakers of everything that's in this building. You know, it passes through our hands, and hopefully it goes to somebody that's gonna love and cherish it as much as we do.
Antiques on the Square is located in Chardon. And from Chardon to Cuyahoga Falls, we are heading to Harps and Thistles Yarn Emporium, the perfect place to help you spruce up your salvaged find.
We like to promote ourselves as a place where people can come and congregate and share their love of fiber, whether it's knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving even. And we like people to come and stay. We have a coffee station where they can make their own cup of coffee or a glass of water. We have a kiosk where they can look up patterns, and we're happy to help them select yarns that will best suit that pattern. But we really like people to just feel at home and feel like they can just relax and enjoy their craft with others who are like-minded. We teach everything from very beginning, never held a knitting needle before in your life kind of classes to advanced, 2 at a time, custom socks. And so there's something for everyone. Yarn is very tactile, so you want to touch it. You want to feel how soft it is. Another thing is that, when you look at a screen, at tablet, and then you look at a computer, and then you look in a book, you're going to see 3 different colors. And probably none of those colors are going to be the actual color that the yarn is. So it's so much better to come in and see it in person and touch it and be able to compare one red to the other. You know, one might be more orange and the other one's more pink. So it's just a much better way to select your yarn for your project. We do carry several hand-dyed yarn lines. We like to support indie dyers because they are small businesses too. The one that we feature the most though is 3 Irish Girls. They're out of Superior, Wisconsin. And they hand dye to order. So we'll place the order which, you know, yarns, and then they'll dye them for us. We do have 5 custom colors currently with them, which means that we send them a picture for inspiration, and then they dye, they pull the colors from that picture and create a yarn for us specifically, and that yarn is not available anywhere else. So that's really special. Ravelry is like Pinterest or maybe Facebook for knitters. Just about any pattern that you could possibly think of will be in there. It's kind of one of those rabbit holes that you fall into, and 3 hours later you wonder where the day went. We provide a kiosk here where people can get into Ravelry and look for patterns, and we can print them out for them so they have exactly what they need to purchase their yarn. I didn't anticipate the friendships that I was going to form with the people that come in here. I call them my knittisans now. They're not customers anymore. They're, you know, there's something more than that, and it's very special to have them in my life, and I'm so grateful for it.
Harps and Thistles Yarn Emporium offers classes if you would like to pick up a new hobby, too. The shop is on Portage Trail in Cuyahoga Falls. Up next, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. What do you get when you have more than a dozen creative minds sharing one building? How about a fantastic place to shop?
The Sampler is a unique store here in Hudson, Ohio that carries antiques, vintage, handmade items, jewelry, crafts, one-of-a-kind items. I specialize in antiques and repurposed furniture, and it's was a career change halfway through my life. So I always liked antiques, and it was always a dream to have an antique shop, and I just happened into it really. People rent a space where they can, you know, display their items and fix up their space the way they want to have it.
My background is in design. I used to work for an import company and design things, and I always loved to sew and make things. And then I got the vintage bug. So then I started buying old chenille quilts and linens and things like that, and then a lot of them that were stained or they call cutters, and I would take those cutters and I would turn them into something else, like baby quilts and pillows. I also love vintage rhinestone jewelry, so I have a collection of that in here. And I also do I like upcycling things also. Like I take old frames and turn them into jewelry holders or frames, and most of the things that I take old jewelry boxes that we had in the 80s, the old wood jewelry boxes, and paint them and redo them, and old mirrors, and that's just, it's my creative outlet.
Some people stay here for a couple hours and wander through and really look at every single thing, and other people maybe come looking for something specific and are here for 15 minutes. We have handmade Christmas, we have handmade things. People repurpose furniture and paint it and upcycle it. Really unique gifts, great vendors. We have really a large selection of really unique items, and it's a fun place to visit, and it's a fun place to come here with friends, and everybody's really friendly.
It's a sampling of vintage and antiques and upcycled and handmade. I mean, I love this place. I love working here. I love the customers. I love everything about it.
The sampler is located in Hudson. So after seeing today's show, you have a lot of shopping to do, that's for sure. And you're going to need energy. So we have the perfect place for you to start your journey.
The Carpenters Cup stands for two things. I know two carpenters, I know Jesus, and I know John. So everything you see in here has a carpenter's reference, whether it's plain coffee, P-L-A-N-E, or whether it's a drink, which is a 12 penny, 16 penny, or 20 penny drink. The penny is code for ounce. So that's what we specialize in, and we do that because my husband is a retired builder, but now he focuses on woodworking. We are known for lots of things. Our coffee comes, we have a great roaster, Caruso's. We work out of Brecksville, we work with them. And so we design everything here. Everything that you have here is an original recipe. We're food people, so we balanced it so that you get the right amount of syrup, sauces, and coffee, so it's not overpowering and it's not bitter. And we also then decided that we should do some drinks that people could have who don't like coffee, because here's a secret. The carpenter doesn't drink coffee. So for him, we have smoothies. We have frappes, which you can have with or without coffee, and then we have our power smoothies. And our power smoothies are made with fresh fruits and vegetables, which we pre-portion, and we've analyzed them, and we can tell you how many calories and exactly what you're getting nutritionally in those drinks. And we have a few sandwiches. We have 3 sandwiches that we serve, and then we rotate them in. Well, we started out, when he retired, going to art shows. So we went to Chris Kindle, Art on the Green, Winter Fair, and we showed his work there because we wanted to see if we were on the right track with it. He just has a knack. You know how artists see things and then they create them? That's what he does with wood. He makes boards, and he makes them out of interesting kind of woods. He has cherry, maple, curly maple, he has walnut, and then he has all sorts of interesting slabs now that he does with the cherry, and also he has some curly maple that he's made tables out of, and his boards have gone all over. We've shipped them to different places in the world, and we're really proud because if you look at the board that he has with the big O on it, that's his logo that he designed, and the wood is all Buckeye wood. And so our claim to fame on that is that Urban Meyer has one of our boards. We have people that travel back and forth from the University of Akron. We have people that go to Gojo. We have people that are going back and forth and they stop here. And so what we want to do is give them comfort, and who can be mad when they're drinking a great cup of coffee?
The Carpenters Cup is located in Smithville. You'll find the complete list of places featured during today's show just by going to our website, fox8.com. Hope you've had fun. I've really enjoyed this hour, and as always, if there's a place that you want us to check out, let us know. You can send us an email, give us a call, or you can also chat with us on Facebook. Now, before I say goodbye, a quick shout out here to the crew at Flower Child in Cleveland. It's an awesome store. Come check it out. They have been great with us here. They've allowed us to crash the store this morning. It's been a blast. So Flower Child is on Clifton in Cleveland. I'm Natalie Herbeck, and I will see you on the next New Day Cleveland.